Dan Quinn and Adam Peters interview where they told a ton without telling a damn thing. Welcome back to the Gridiron Report with David Wright. So, once again, we've heard from our head coach and our GM where they've fed us full of a bunch of word soup. So let's start off with some of the key parts. What I've been telling y'all is the Trey Amos thing is a slow roll and it's preventative. And that's what we heard. That Trey Amos has a little bit of a tender, soft tissue, and they just wanted to be overcautious, so they were going to slow roll him. Exactly what I figured we were working with. So that is great news. And knowing that he'll be back on time is awesome. So the next thing I'd like to go over is the wide receiver room and what Adam Peters thinks of it. Okay, I am a huge Luke McCaffrey fan. I do believe he'll be a very solid number 3 receiver for us. And then there's people like my best friend that tells me that Luke McCaffrey ain't ever going to be shit. He's just basically a backup. That's it. But to have our GM look at us, and we're not even talking about Treylon Burks or any of them. He's talking about the players he drafted. There's 2. There's actually 3. We just don't count the other one because he's only a special teamer. Luke McCaffrey and Antonio Williams. Where I do believe Antonio Williams will be a dog. I do believe he will be a really good number 2 and end up possibly a number 1. And as much as I like Luke McCaffrey, it looks like we're rolling into the season with what we have. And Adam is so delusional that he's hooked on his draft picks. He thinks in a gauntlet like we have in the beginning of this year that Luke McCaffrey, Treylon Burks, and them, these guys will be the ticket. Now, I will say this. I'm still standing on 11 as long as we don't have any injuries. My only problem with this whole thing is the GM position, looking at it like I do as a fan and a podcaster. And that is, if we have an injury at the top, we're so screwed, it's over for the year. Because this schedule that we're running, it is brutal. So if a Terry McLaurin or a Antonio Williams goes down for any length of time, if we didn't bring in a Diggs, and as I'm looking around the league today, Kayshon Boutte is tearing it up in training camp. If we haven't done absolutely everything to be more injury prepared after last year, to me, it's a massive derelict of duty on Adam Peters. And Dan Quinn, he just says the same thing without saying a damn thing every time you talk to that man. I don't really care. I am a gigantic David Blau fan. Wanted him before we ever got Cliff Kingsbury. I have complete faith in him. And on defense, I don't think Durante Jones is putting up with anybody trying to take over his defense. And he's going to be aggressive, and he's going to be um, very inventive. He's going to move the defense and show so many versions of one thing that it's going to be a gorgeous year. I can't wait. So it would look like we're going to roll into the year with what we have at wide receiver, which I think we'll do really good as long as we can get through the year without any top injuries. We heard about our center. They love him. They're going to roll with him. You're not going to see nothing but a competition with our rookie. That's our guy. And that's fine with me. Center is the least of our worries. It's the least amount of responsibility on the line as far as um, physical. Now, it takes a great mind because basically you help Jaden Daniels run the whole offense. But the physical part comes on both sides of you mostly. So I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. We also heard them blow off talks about Ben Still. They wished him the best. I think he's an asshole, but that's neither here nor there. I think we're going to have a great year as long as we don't have injuries. If we have one injury on the top of our wide receiver room, I believe a lot of questions will be asked of Adam Peters because you can, you know, look at Luke McCaffrey and Traylon Burks and all these guys, and you can see a number 3 receiver in all of them. I can see that. But do you want any of them damn players having to go to number 2, which is Antonio Williams? Or do you want to see Antonio Williams go to number 1? Like, we're leaving ourselves a lot in the situation that we were in last year if the injuries happen. But let's all keep a positive outlook that we will get through the year with less injuries and that as normal, Terry will play his full set of games and he will be the dog he always is. I truly do believe Antonio Williams is going to be really, really good. So I have total faith that we're going to have a really good year. Tight ends, the wide receivers we have, and that running back room. What do y'all think? Because we've now heard from Dan Quinn and Adam Peters. We know we're not going to go much farther into this. So we start training camp tomorrow with what we have right now. And it looks like that's what we'll roll into the year on. How comfortable are y'all with that? Are y'all worried about the top injuries like I am? As long as we get through the year with McLaurin and Antonio Williams healthy, I think we're totally cool. But one injury at the top, man, and it could get really, really bad really, really fast. What's y'all's opinion of our room? Also, did y'all watch the interview and what did y'all think about the way they addressed it? I do like the fact that they were asking about social media, and that was a jab at Brandon Ayuk. And everyone laughed. So, what do y'all think about everything that we saw? What do you think about what we're going into the year with? And how excited are you to start training camp tomorrow? We now get to see real football. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all again. You have a beautiful Tuesday. Thank you.